Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. Welcome to B Sports Picks. I'm gonna hook you guys up with 5 batter props. I'm gonna look through 3 games that I'm looking at, and I'm gonna tell you real quick what happened yesterday. It was a 6-4 break-even day. I think it was a slight loss day because of the odds, but let me just hook you guys up here. Let me show you what happened yesterday. Give me a second. So yesterday we had yesterday we had a 6-4 break-even day, and then all the ones that I actually talked about on this live, all of them hit. I talked about 2 batter props and 3 games, and I said I was not sure on those games. I ended up taking all 3 games, and all of them hit. So the ones I shared, all of them hit. But overall, we had other stuff going on, and it was a 6-4 break-even day. And I believe it was a slight. I'm still waiting for the person that runs my numbers to tell me exactly if it was a winning or losing day, but it was very close. If it was a losing day, it's very close. So, anyways, I'm gonna hook you guys up with 5 batter props, and I'm gonna walk through 3 games. And I think I'm gonna stay away from all the games. There's too many contradictions. I did like the Brewers and stuff like that. I'll get into that when I get into it real quick. But again, I'm gonna hook you guys up with 5 batter props today. We didn't have the 25 comments on the video, so there's no winner today. But if you see the video when it posts, make sure you comment. And if we hit to 25 comments, I'm gonna hook you guys up with one week VIP to a random picker. Brian is saying cachet for 1.5 hits runs. Okay, I have not done the research on that. Somebody's saying to look at cachet for under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in the first 5 innings. All right, so here we go, guys. This is what happened yesterday. I shared Yandy Diaz and Luis Araez that hit for us. Like I said, I went half a unit on these, and then I went live with them as well. So that hit, and then I did this one live. Jackson Merrill, I got him pretty cheap compared to what he actually started at over like minus. It was like a minus 360 or something crazy, and then it dropped to 245 after his first at bat. The Tigers I talked about yesterday, that hit for us. Mariners, that hit. And then the Brewers hit very easily as well. And then I gave this one I had, I believe, in the VIP, Ernie Clement. And then it starts all over. So again, it was a 6-4 day, overall decent day. So that's what I'm going to get into, guys. I'm going to get into these games real quick. I'm going to tell you why I'm staying away. And I was looking very heavily at the Brewers, but I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm staying away from that. And then I'm going to hook you guys up with 5 batter props. All right. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Make sure you go to the link in the description and click on free picks if you haven't done that already. So make sure you take that second to click on subscribe and check out the free picks inside the link in the description. All right. Also, once the video drops, make sure you leave a comment. If we hit to 25 comments, I'm going to hook you guys up with one free week VIP. That's one. Once I post a video, 25 comments. Okay, it did not hit yesterday. It did not reach the 25 comments. I think we had like 12 comments or something. But once we hit 25 comments, then I'll make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. All right, let me get right into it. So the Pirates and the Brewers, there's a lot of information here. As I've shown you before, there's about 4 pages per game. So I'm not going to get into all the details, but I was loving the Brewers. Yesterday, I believe they won. Yeah, they won. We had the Brewers, but today's different. So look, the Brewers started as an underdog at a 0.1. Let me zoom in here. So the Brewers started at a what is this? Plus 106, and now it's at a 108. So you can see the line shifted from an underdog to a favorite. Everything was looking good. Even the Brewers had a 70% hit rate over here. Not a hit rate, but a projection to win. The trends were looking decent over here. The record is very bad for the Pirates on the road. It's horrific. This is where it stopped me, right here. Mizorki is 2 wins, 0 losses, so he's got very limited data. And then you go with Skeens. Skeens is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Whenever the Pirates go with Skeens, they tend to win. So you can see right here the Skeens. Basically, like I said, he's one of the best pitchers. The other issue here is that the Brewers do have a better bullpen, but the starting pitcher is bad. Not well, he's not bad, but he's nothing compared to Skeens. Okay, so basically, I was liking all of this, like I said, but then you get into the deeper details here, and you can see the Pirates do have less offense. This whenever it's red right here, it means that they're very hot, and when it's blue, it means it's cold. So you can kind of see they're both pretty cold. It's nothing crazy. You can see the Brewers do tend to get a lot more hits. It's throughout the whole lineup rather than just a couple of players over here. But I'm going to stay away from this. The only way I was thinking about playing this is if I went with the first half of the game, the first 5 innings on the under. But the line is super low. It's at a -3, at a 3.5. So what this means is that if I go with this because of the pitching, I was thinking of going with the game total on the under 3.5 for the entire game on the first 5 innings. So I'm not sure I'm going to go with that yet, but that's what I'm thinking because of the pitching, the weak batting, things like that. Okay, especially with Paul Skeens on the mound. I'm not going to get to all the details here, but the Mariners was the other one that I was liking. They've won twice against the Twins in the last couple of days already. We won twice with them already. The line is as an underdog, and they're shifting towards. They started as a heavy underdog, and now they're leaning towards becoming a little bit of a favorite. There's too many contradictions here. You can see, for example, 57% says that the Twins is going to win this game. That's the projections. Mariners have won 7 of the last 10 games, and then the Twins are on a 5-game losing streak. Now, whenever the Mariners do play the Twins, it's been historically bad at a 3 out of 7. So overall, guys, like I said, once I got to this point again, the pitching is when I stayed away because look at Ryan over here, 96 strikeouts. Compare that to 33 strikeouts. Look at his record is 7-3. Compare that to 1-3. Now, the very important is the 3.06 ERA compared to 6.16. So this is a big mismatch on the pitching. That's the reason they started as underdogs, even though they're shifting a little bit towards becoming favorite. If you look at yesterday's game, they almost went into extra innings. If I don't know if they did or not, I wasn't watching the game, but they only won by 1 run, and the pitching was a mismatch towards the Seattle Mariners. So in this case, the Twins is actually the mismatch, and it's going towards the Twins. So I don't like to see this. This is a big mismatch. They barely won yesterday. I'm glad they won, but the only way I would even consider looking at this is at the +1.5 for the Mariners. So meaning they can lose by 1 and you still win the bet. But I'm not there yet. I don't think I'm going to go with it because of the ERA right here. Like I mentioned, it's a big mismatch on the pitching. So just so you can see right here, overall Mariners are decent, getting hits, but then the Twins are as well. All right, look at the OPS is ranked 3rd, and then this is the OPS ranked 4th. Now think about this. If both pitchers are pretty standard, pretty easy, both starting pitchers are decent, but one team is massively better than the other. Now, how can I put this? That's not the right way to say it. If both teams are getting hits, okay, let me put it that way. If both teams are decent, ranked 3rd and ranked 4th, okay, look at this, ranked 3rd, ranked 4th in the last 7 games. And you look at they're both getting hits. Now go back to the pitching again. This is a big mismatch on the pitching. So if both of them are strong batting and one of them has a weak pitcher, then it's going to go towards the Twins. Okay, that's why I'm staying away from this game. I was thinking the only way I was going to do this is at a +1.5 as an underdog for the Mariners. You can see the projection is supposed to win for the Mariners, but I don't trust it at all. I'm going to stay away. Now, the Phillies and the Astros, the only thing I really liked about this was the line move. It was at a -146. It went up to a -150, but everything else is a contradiction. Look at Wheeler is a 7-2. So Wheeler was decent over here, but then you got Gordon. So everything was also matching as far as the pitching. But then there was a few other things. I don't remember all the details, but look at Phillies are getting a lot more hits, but the pitcher against them is decent today. Now, Phillies overall in the last 7 games, they're ranked 25th. So think about this again. Even though the pitcher is better for the Phillies, the batters are not doing good. They're all the way at the bottom 5 of the league right now. So because of all those reasons, you can see this is going to be a super close game according to the projections. There's too many contradictions. Now you go into all the other games, they're not even worth looking at, in my opinion. So I've already done the research. Out of all the games, these are the 3 that stood out, and I just showed you they're not something I'm going to continue looking at. The only thing, like I said, I might go with is the under on the Pirates and the Brewers for the first 5 innings. All right. So again, guys, if you haven't done so, make sure you go to the link in the description. Also, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to hook you guys up with 5 batter props. I'm not going to get into all the details because that'll just take forever, but I'll give you the batters. So let me get into it. Here's Luis Arraez. This dude got a hit for us yesterday. Very decent batter. I've already done the research. He comes up to bat between 4 and 5 times. He's already faced his pitcher 6 times. He's got 2 hits. That's a 33% hit rate, but he's got a 100% hit rate against anybody. Overall, you can see his graphs. I've already done all this research. Luis Arraez can get a hit pretty much anywhere. And I said that yesterday, and sure enough, he got a hit. He actually got 2 hits yesterday, so that hit. Now we got Yandy Diaz again. Yesterday he hit. He has about 22 hits or 23 hits in the last 10 games. 4 to 5 at-bats every game. He's faced his pitcher 11 times, and he's gotten 3 hits. That's an average of 37%. Think about this, 100% hit rate overall in the last 10 games, but then 37% against this pitcher. Overall, I've already done the research. The only little thing here with this research, it does tell me that the pitcher, Wacha, his name is Wacha, against Yandy Diaz, it's a little bit of a mismatch, meaning that the pitcher throws right in the area where Yandy Diaz doesn't hit. But overall, I still like Yandy Diaz because you can see his even then he's got some information over here that he's faced his pitcher and he's hit against him, and he's one of the best batters right now. All right. The next one is Andy Pages. Now, this is more of a field play because they're playing in Colorado, and it's going to be the next 3 batters are going to be in the same game. So it's Andy Pages, overall 90% hit rate, 4 to 5 times at bat. He has not faced this pitcher, and this graph tells me that he should be getting a hit. Where the pitcher throws, this guy tends to hit. The next one is Teoscar Hernandez from the Dodgers. Overall, 80% hit rate, 4 to 5 times at bat. And then again, the graph does say that he should be getting a hit. And then the last one is Tyler Freeman. I'm pretty sure we had this guy yesterday as well, or 2 days ago, but he's getting a 100% hit rate overall, 4 to 5 times at bat. I don't know what happened this game. They didn't. I guess he must have got injured, or they didn't get enough at bats. I don't know what happened here, but he is averaging about four at bats, and he has not faced this pitcher. And then when this guy Yamamoto is actually very good. So, but overall, even though Yamamoto is very good, this dude, wherever he throws, this dude tends to hit, except this bottom right corner. But everything else does match. You can see Freeman can pretty much get a hit anywhere except the outside corner. But I've already done all this research. I've already looked at all this stuff. Everything does match that they should get a hit. So once again, guys, I'm hooking you guys up with 5 batter props. Yesterday we went, I think, 3-2. So 3 wins, 1 loss. Or I'm sorry, 3 wins, 2 losses on the batter props. And then we had 3 wins on the teams. So again, guys, let me just go right back to tell you, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this one. Brewers and Pirates first 5 innings on the under. I like Luis Arraez to get a hit. I like Yandy Diaz to get a hit. Andy Pages to get a hit. Teoscar Hernandez to get a hit. And then Tyler Freeman to get a hit. All right, guys. The last thing I'll mention again, man, make sure when you see this video drop, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. If we get to 25 comments, I'll give away 1 free week VIP, $50 value. All right, man. Appreciate you all, man. Let's have another great day. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all. Let's have a great day.